Okay.
I'm your boy Jacob, suited and booted as usual.
Cool. You already know what it is. Baltimore, Maryland, Collector's Corner. Coolest store on the planet. Got some awesome stuff for y'all today. But unfortunately, we want to let y'all guys know right now, Allie B is not here.
Yeah, man. She's recording that new album.
Yeah.
Allie B Spits, dropped September 35th. It's serious. It's so serious, like most of the rappers died. That's the suit, man. It's funeral time for these people.
Yeah,
They
man.
don't know what's coming.
Oh my God, yo.
What you doing this week?
Yo, I'm not even gonna lie, yo. Allie B raps so hard, yo. That I can't even have grandkids now, yo. Like, she killed my future kids, yo, with her rhymes, yo.
She does that.
Yes.
She does that.
I know. Well, anyway, we're here to talk comics, not about Allie B's fantastic rap skills.
Are you sure about that?
We can talk about that later. But anyway, what you got for us today, Jake?
Well, today I'm reviewing Marvel Superior Carnage.
Cool.
Spider-Man.
Cool.
And Morbius, the Living Vampire.
Okay. Spider-Man.
Issue 9.
Spider. Okay.
Now, Superior Carnage is a very interesting issue. It takes place when, you know, we're in the age of the Spider-Man comic book where Dr. Octopus has taken over the mind of Peter Parker.
Cool.
And he has a whole villain squad, and he's going against a villain named the Wizard, who has Carnage under his control.
The Wizard is a dumb name.
It is a dumb name. This is why I'm not anymore. But no, the comic book is very good for action-wise, and the comments that they often have for the dialogue within Dr. Octopus's brain is probably the best thing about the book. His dialogue with himself, because he's just talking about how intelligent he is and how he's always the smartest in the room. And then when things start to go not his way, you see him starting to slip. But you also see him actually picking up the superhero responsibilities. Plus you see Carnage get really sick in this comic. Like, for the little time he's off the leash from the Wizard's control, it gets really sick. I really liked it, so I gave it like a 4 out of 5. I thought it was a really good read.
Yeah. Anytime you got like super villains with their own dialogue, because you know people like Doc Ock's definitely got a big ego, so I can definitely see why you would say something like that. I definitely agree. Great comment.
Now, for this Morbius, the Living Vampire, number 9. Very interesting read. It starts off pretty slow. Well, okay, I shouldn't say it starts off pretty slow. It starts off pretty violent and then gets slow, and then it picks up the violence again. I wasn't really ready for that. I was ready for the slowness. Like, one page of him falling off a roof, and then the next is this chick a year later talking at an art show, and it's just like, I don't know, yo. Like, should I like this issue or not?
Well, I mean, he is a vampire, so you gotta expect it to be there.
But within the issue, we see him come back, we see him rise, we see him get vengeance on the people who try to kill him. And the dialogue gets really strong between him and the main villain. I mean, like, this is some of the best dialogue back and forth between a hero and a villain I've ever heard or read. They were actually talking about what it means, like, I'm not a bad guy and you're not a good guy. We're just people with powers put in a certain position. It was just really good dialogue that, you know, Marvel used to be really known for. So because of, like, how well this was written and how surprising it was, like, this was the inception of comic books.
Yeah.
I didn't really know it was going to hit me like that. I gave it a 5 out of 5 for the first time ever.
Morbius is one of them characters that I always really do like in comics, just because one, he seems to never go away. Actually, Morbius always seems to come back. He's always like there. And his story's pretty good because he's really not a villain, like you said. Honestly, he's misunderstood a little. That's all. It's like when he goes all vampire hungry and want to start eating people and stuff.
Yeah, you know, that happens to a lot of people.
Yeah, you get hungry, can't be starving. Anyway, now to the good stuff. Your boy Darryl K with his reviews. First, we're going to start off with my girl, my chick, Wonder Woman. Yes, guys, I know what you're thinking. Oh my God, Darryl K, this is like the 8th Wonder Woman comic he did. Y'all don't like it? Change the channel, okay? Broken! Yes, she is. I'm very proud of it. I love the new 52 Wonder Woman. I love everything about this. This is issue 24. And first of all, I just always want to come and talk about the art in this comic. The art in this comic and also the Flash comics is really great. I really like the style and the art that they picked for this. But anyway, this comic is just basically a wrap up of the previous issue where she beat the crap out of the firstborn or whatever and she killed Ares. Yes, Wonder Woman killed Ares. So basically this issue is kind of just a lead up thing. Nothing really too big goes down in here, but the reason I picked this comic just because they call her the Mountain Olympus. And if you can't remember, months ago when I talked about Wonder Woman the New 52, that Apollo then killed Zeus and took the power of Mount Olympus. So Apollo's in control. So Apollo, you know, tells all the other guys what to do, and he called Wonder Woman because apparently now Wonder Woman is the god of war. Since she killed Ares, she got all Ares powers. Yes. Just another thing to make Wonder Woman more broken in the New 52. So basically, the whole comic is just her bickering with Apollo about how she doesn't want to be the god of war, and Apollo's like, well, you don't got no choice. I mean, you killed him, you got his powers. I mean, you god of war. I mean, it just happens like that or whatever. So basically, if you just want to pick up this comic, I definitely recommend it. Just basically, honestly, for the art, there's a lot of beautiful landscapes in there. Mount Olympus looks beautiful when they go into the flashbacks from the previous issues, and even back into Apollo, how Apollo exactly came into power, and how he always had a plot to take down Zeus. It's pretty awesome. I definitely recommend this comic. Nice, good, going steady, average read, 3 out of 5. Definitely give this a good rating. Of course, man. It's my girl, Wonder Woman. Strongest person in the DC universe right now.
Sounds like some good writing.
Yeah, man. But now we get to the comic of the hour, Justice League. This is a fantastic comic. Issue 24. So basically we pick off where the crime syndicate or whatever, you know, took down the Justice League and they're dead. And I like this issue because, one, if you notice the cover is like basically the same as the first issue of the New 52, which I think is pretty cool. I think it's pretty cool. Except I do not see Aquaman on here, which I'm very disappointed about. Apparently, the evil Aquaman, if you didn't know, died when he first came out the portal, which was stupid. It was just an excuse because they don't want to use him and they wanted to use Deathstorm instead, which I don't understand because Firestorm solo comics not even that great. But that's a totally different story. Back to this. This Justice League comic is awesome because you finally get to see the, basically Ultraman origin. And Ultraman origin is literally almost the same as Superman's, except he's evil. Basically, in his little baby pod going to Earth, they was telling him all this evil crap to do. So he was basically born just to kill people. You know what? Forget it. Spoilers. Here it comes, yo, because this was really cool stuff, yo. Ultraman, yo, when he was a baby, he killed the Kents. He burned their house down. Matter of fact, when he first came out the spaceship, the Kents was like, oh my god, what's that or whatever. The baby came out and said, no, y'all my parents now. Blah, heat vision to Papa Kent's arm. Oh, okay, you in charge, yeah. So basically, Ultraman made the Kents be his parents. When the Kents tried to escape, he burned their house down, didn't care, straight Eminem style, didn't even care. So, Ultraman's the man. His origin is great. Like, I really like basically how it's totally different from Superman. Like, how you see he's truly evil. Like, this is such great. I can't stress about how great it is. And basically, you fast forward after you get into his origin to now, about what Ultraman and the Crime Syndicate are doing. And blah, blah, blah. A lot of stuff happens in the middle. You get to the end, Black Adam come out of nowhere, smacks the crap out of him. Fight. Yeah, man. Pick this up, y'all. Pick this up. Great comic. 4.5 out of 5. Definitely great comic. Definitely recommend it. And that's what you do, Darryl K Says. We're going to kick it over to Quinn for the indie review.
What's going on, guys? Quinn here with the indie review, filling in for Allie once again. And today I'm reviewing a brand new indie comic. It's actually published by Image Comics. I am talking about Velvet. This series is absolutely fantastic. It's like a spy versus spy. For any of you guys familiar with Captain America the Winter Soldier, it's written by the same guy, Ed Brubaker. And I feel like he really does a really good job kind of recapturing all those great moments that we really liked in Winter Soldier and putting them onto a fresh blank canvas. Basically what this story is about is the girl on the cover, her name is Velvet, and basically what she is she's part of a spy agency that not many people are familiar about. And basically what happens is there's a death in her agency, and of course everyone becomes a suspect. So not only was this victim in the agency, he was actually an ex-lover of Velvet's. So of course emotions get high, and she goes to investigate. You know, instead of going by company protocol, she kind of goes out on her own, and ends up becoming one of the suspects in the murder investigation as yet another operative is murdered. So this series is really off to a great start. It doesn't really drag on its heels as many books do for their first issue, and it just really kind of hits the ground running on its pacing, and I'm really interested in seeing how this story progresses. I'm not really big on spy comics. I wasn't really a big James Bond fan when I was younger, but I do have to say I'm really interested in seeing how this progresses, and I really have to give this a 4.5 out of 5. Alright, so let's kick it off to the movie review with Jacob.
Yeah, that type of smell, yeah. She wouldn't have to wash for weeks for that smell. It's ridiculous. Like, that's dirty. Really, like a dog. Like a dog with AIDS. Hi, I'm Jacob. Welcome to the movie review. This week, recently on DVD, and one of my top 5 movies of the summer, The Conjuring. Now, for me, this is one of the best horror films I've ever seen. It's starring Patrick Wilson, who was also in Insidious, and this has the same director. So if you're going for that type of feel, congratulations, you got there. Now, this movie takes place in a house, as most haunted movies do, but this haunting story is a little different. There's this family, and they've just recently bought a house, yada 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 yada. The house starts giving them problems, yada 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 yada. They find a couple, 2 paranormal investigators. One who happens to be clairvoyant, she can actually see the dead and read minds, and then her husband, who's an exorcist, or an exorcist in training, but they're both scientists and they both seem to know their business. Now, the true thickness of the movie is not just the terror of what's going on in the house, because the terror of what's going on in the house just multiplies, it seems like, every scene. You got children being moved in their beds, you've got the wife getting these bruises out of nowhere, you got the scariest basement in the world, knocking sounds. It's also the horror that's going on between this relationship of this husband and wife duo who are having problems of, do they want to continue being paranormal investigators? Does he feel like this business is safe enough for his wife to continue it? It's a very interesting film. As it develops, it gets scarier, you know? It has that old school build up, like films like The Exorcist used to have. It waits and waits, and then it hits you with the scares, and it never stops. It's one of the best horror movies I think that's been released in the last decade. I suggest you see it. If you didn't like it, that's okay. I don't care about your opinion. That's why I do shows. I'm Jacob. That was the movie review. I give that a 8.9 out of 10. I don't give it a 10 for one reason. I ain't see no black people in the movie. That's the problem for me. Remember, next week is our Halloween show. I'm going to be dressed up as either Axel Foley or Deadpool. I'm leaning towards Axel Foley because my Deadpool costume makes me look like Blade. Oh, and don't forget, put under the comments the movie you want me to do next. Peace out.